AI is going to make people a lot of money. It is also going to replace a lot of work. That is the part most people feel, but they do not want to say out loud. If you're working a 9 to 5 right now, or you're stuck in a career path that feels too slow, you can probably feel the pressure already. Look, AI is everywhere. People are literally building companies with tiny teams. Then you see younger people moving fast, making money online, traveling, living in better apartments, driving cars you used to only see on Instagram, and the same thought keeps coming back to you. Am I missing the window? Because that is the real fear. It is not just that AI is moving fast. It is that your income is not moving fast enough with it. Your bills keep going up, and your job does not feel safer. The business models you used to hear about feel crowded, stale, or fake. And every week, there's another AI tool, another success story, another person who looks like they figured something out before you did. So the question becomes simple. Are you going to keep watching this happen from the outside, or are you going to learn how to get paid from this shift? My name is Joel Yi. I'm the founder of Deploy AI Bots, also called DAB. My team and I built AI agents, Hermes agents, OpenClaw bots, automations, and AI workflow systems for businesses that want to use artificial intelligence inside their operations. And I want to show you a different way to look at this opportunity. Because most people are staring at AI like it is entertainment. They save tools, they watch videos, they play with prompts, right? They tell themselves that they're learning. But learning is not the same as building a business. The people who are going to win from AI are not the people with the longest list of tools. They're the people who can walk into a business, find a problem that is already costing money, and then help fix it with AI. That is where this gets real. Because right now, there are millions of business owners who know AI matters, but they just do not know what to do with it. They do not wake up thinking about agents, prompts, workflows, APIs, or whatever new software launched last week. They wake up thinking about leads that did not get called back, customers waiting too long, staff wasting hours on repetitive work, no-shows killing their calendars, old prospects sitting untouched, and payroll getting higher and higher, while margins get tighter. That is where the opportunity is, not in selling AI hype, in helping businesses remove pain they already understand. DAB did not come from theory. We're in the field building these systems for real businesses. Florida Inno covered DAB launching its Miami headquarters and scaling AI-driven business automation. I was invited to speak at Harvard about AI automation. I've trained students from Harvard, MIT, and other top Boston universities on building AI agents for real businesses. Founders and business owners have flown into Miami from New York, Australia, Asia, and paid thousands of dollars to build bots with us in person. And yes, you may have seen the lifestyle side too. The Lambo Urus, the dream apartment in Miami. The life that looks impossible when you are sitting in traffic before work or checking your bank account after another average paycheck. I did not show you that so that you can clap for me. I show you that because I want you to understand what this market can make possible when you stop watching from the sidelines and start becoming useful to businesses. That does not mean you are guaranteed my results. Absolutely not. Your results depend on your skill, your effort, and your market, your sales activity, your execution, and whether you actually follow through with what I teach you. But the path matters because a lot of people, they want the lifestyle, but they're using the wrong vehicle. Maybe they try drop shipping and find out that the margins are brutal. Maybe they look at some generic SMMA and realize that every local business has heard the same pitch 100 times. E-commerce comes with inventory, product risk, refunds, shipping problems, and ad spend before proof. Appointment setting or closing can make money, but deep down, they know they're still building someone else's asset. Then AI shows up. And most people make the same mistake again. They chase the shiny thing instead of the business problem. They ask, what tool should I use? They should be asking, what pain will a business pay me to remove? See, that one question changes everything. A business owner does not care that you know AI. They care about leaks in their business, leads that are not getting called back. The support is slow. The front desk is overwhelmed. Customers are not being followed up with. The team keeps doing the same manual task over and over and over, while better run competitors move faster. When you can connect AI to that kind of pain, you are no longer selling a concept. You're selling a painkiller. And relief is something people pay for. That is why I built ABC, which stands for AI Bot Consulting.ai. ABC is where I show people how to find a business bottleneck, build a bot around it, show the owner why it matters, then sell and deploy it with support. That is the business. Not some vague AI consulting, not pretending to be a genius, not hiding behind prompts and hoping someone pays you. A real business problem. A bot that helps solve it. A paid deployment path. Now, if you're watching this from a job you do not love, I want you to really hear me out. You do not need another motivational speech, okay? You need a vehicle. Because motivation wears off when Monday morning shows up again. It wears off when you're back in the same commute, the same meetings, right? The same manager and the same paycheck and the same quiet frustration that you should be further along by now. That is the part most people hide from. From the outside, your life might look fine. Maybe you have a decent job, okay money, and people around you will say, hey, be grateful. But you know deep down what it feels like when your ambition is bigger than your current path. You see someone like me in Miami, building companies around AI, speaking in rooms you want access to, living in a kind of condo you screenshot, driving the kind of car you used to think was only for other people. And something in you gets irritated, not jealous in a small way. You're just awake because a part of you knows you are not lazy. You are just in the wrong lane. And when the lane is wrong, working harder does not fix it. You need a better vehicle. That is what AI bot consulting can become for the right person. A way to build towards cleaner income without inventory, without a huge audience, without gambling thousands of dollars on ads before you know if anybody wants what you sell. And without spending years becoming a software engineer before you can start. But I want to be clear, this is not magic money. This is not passive income. This is not a 3-click trick and suddenly money appears in your bank account. If you want that, this will frustrate you. You will have to learn, build, ship, talk to business owners, sell, and solve problems when the first version is not perfect. But that is also why this opportunity is still real. Most people will never do that, right? They will keep watching videos, they will keep saving screenshots, they will keep telling themselves that they are researching. 6 months later, they are still stuck in the same exact place. Maybe with better vocabulary, but no business. ABC is designed for the person who's done doing all that, the person who wants a real path, the person who is willing to become useful. Inside ABC, the model is simple for a reason. A stands for acquire, the right business opportunity. That does not mean spamming every business owner you can find. It means learning how to spot the kinds of bottlenecks where AI can create a clear outcome. For some businesses, that might mean lead follow-up, booking appointments, support calls, reactivation, staff time, reporting, or any other bottleneck where the manual work is slowing the company down. The channel can be LinkedIn, Instagram, local relationships, referrals, events, or your existing network. The channel is not the magic. The magic is knowing what problem to look for and why the owner should care. B stands for build the bot. You're not starting from a blank screen and trying to become a senior engineer in 3 months. You start with proven examples, bot templates and blueprints, workflows, use cases, and implementation paths based on what we're seeing inside that already. That could be a lead follow-up bot, a book call bot, a support bot, a lead reactivation bot, an admin bot, or even an onboarding bot. The bot only matters if the pain behind it matters. If the business owner can feel the cost, understand the fix, and see the value, then you have a real conversation. C stands for close and deploy. This is where beginners usually fall apart. They can build something interesting, but they do not know how to make the business owner care. Inside ABC, you learn how to show the business case, present the demo, handle the sales conversation, and deploy with support so the client sees value. The path is to find the bottleneck, build the bot, sell the deployment, and then install it with support. And then expand it if the business has more problems worth solving. Simple does not mean easy. It means you are finally doing the steps in the right order. Most people trying to make money with AI are doing it so backwards. They build before they know the buyer. They chase tools before they understand the pain. They pitch AI before they can even explain the outcome. And then they wonder why nobody buys from them. Business owners do not buy your excitement. They buy a result they can understand. That is where the value shows up. Slow follow-up can cost them deals. Repetitive support can eat their payroll. No-shows waste calendar space. Old leads sitting untouched can become missed revenue. If a bot helps solve one of those problems, the conversation becomes much easier to understand. This is why the math can get really interesting. You do not need 1,000 customers for this to matter. A handful of serious businesses with real bottlenecks can build into meaningful cash flow if you learn how to serve them properly. That is why the headline talks about building towards $10,000 to $15,000 per month with just a handful of clients. Not because income is guaranteed. It is not. But because a business with a painful enough problem can justify a real fee when the deployment helps solve something that already cost them money. One paid deployment can lead to another. A narrow first project can turn into maintenance, optimization, another workflow, better reporting, or a longer relationship. Those are upsell opportunities for you. That's a very different path than trying to sell a $20 product to strangers all day. And it's a very different path than hoping your boss suddenly decides your income should match your ambition. Now, you might be thinking, Joel, this sounds good, but I am not technical. I get it. That fear is perfectly normal. But being technical is not the starting point. The starting point is learning how to identify a business problem worth solving. Then you need a narrow build path, a demo that makes the problem obvious, a way to talk about the outcome, and support when the bot does not work exactly like the tutorial said it would. That is why ABC cannot just be a pile of videos. A video library can teach concepts, but it cannot diagnose the real problems. It will not look at your bot and tell you why the owner will not care. It will not listen to your sales call and point out where the buyer lost confidence. And when the build breaks, the demo feels weak, the niche feels wrong, or the owner asks a question you're not ready for, another pre-recorded module is usually not enough. Those moments are where beginners freeze. And those moments are exactly why and when support matters. Inside ABC, you get bot ideas, templates, use cases, offer structures, outreach angles, demo logic, sales call guidance, and deployment support. Not because someone is going to do the work for you, because you need a path when the normal beginner problems show up. And if you follow that path, the goal is not just to know more about AI. The goal is to become the person businesses trust to install it. That identity shift matters, because right now, there are two versions of you. There is the version that keeps collecting information. That version watches other people move, tells himself he should start soon, then wakes up to the same income, the same schedule, and the same quiet frustration. Then, there is the version that actually steps into the market. He builds a demo, starts conversations, gets real feedback from real business owners, and gives himself a chance at a completely different life. More control, better rooms, a higher standard, and a kind of future that makes the current one feel way too small to be tolerating. None of that is promised to you, but you need to see what is possible because people do not change their lives for tiny goals. They change when the pain of staying the same finally meets a future big enough to pull them forward. For me, AI became that opening. Not because I wanted to be the guy talking about tools, but because I saw businesses were about to need help turning this technology into something they could actually use. And I saw that the people who learn how to provide that help could become very valuable. That is why I teach this. Not because Dab stopped building bots. Dab is still building, we're getting clients every day, but ABC exists because the market is bigger than one implementation company. There are more businesses waking up to AI than we at Dab can serve directly. The limiting factor is not attention. The limiting factor is people who can understand a business bottleneck, build a useful bot, sell the business case, and deploy with enough support to make the client feel confident. ABC is built for that gap, but it's also why we cannot take everyone. If we're going to help with bot ideas, use cases, sales calls, offer structure, deployment support, and implementation questions, there has to be a filter. Support bot reviews, call feedback, and implementation help do not scale infinitely. So if you're accepted, it needs to make sense from both sides. We need to believe you have the seriousness, time, resources, and willingness to execute. And you need to believe that this is the right vehicle for you. So let me make this plain and clear. ABC is not for passive income seekers, people who refuse to talk to business owners, tool collectors avoiding sales, or anyone expecting a guaranteed $10,000 in 30 days without doing any real work. And if investing in a program will put you in a bad financial position, please do not apply. But if you are serious, if you can feel the AI wave happening, if your current income does not match the life you want, and if you are ready to become the person businesses pay to install useful AI bots, then I want you to apply for an ABC Fit Call. The application is below this video. It will ask where you're starting from, what your current situation looks like, how much time you can commit, what resources you have available, and why you want to build this business. If it actually looks like we can help, someone from my team will invite you to a call. On that call, we're going to look at your background, your goals, your time, your resources, and whether building an AI bot consulting business actually makes sense for you. You will talk through what your first 90 days could look like, get your questions answered, and if ABC is a good fit, we will show you what it looks like to join. If it is not a fit, we will tell you that too. I do not want people in this program who should not be here. Bad fit students do not help me, the community, or our results. So if this is not you, please close this page now. But if you're still watching this and you feel that pull in your chest because you are tired of sitting on the sidelines, this is your next step. 6 months from now, you can still be watching AI videos, wondering what to sell, hoping your current income somehow catches up to the life you want. Or you can start learning how to become useful in one of the biggest business shifts happening right now. AI is not waiting for you to feel ready. The market is moving. Businesses are going to automate work. Some people will be replaced by that shift, and some people will get paid handsomely because of it. The question is, which side are you going to be on? Apply below, and I'll see you on the call.